But joining me to dissect this issue of democracy in Nigeria is a barrister, a lawyer, and a dispute resolution specialist, Barrister John Ejeba. Barrister, good morning.
All right. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on. It's a
Uh,
pleasure to be here.
all right, good morning and welcome to the show. I mean, when it comes
Oh,
to democracy in Nigeria, a lot of questions are being asked. A lot of things are definitely going to be said. There's a whole lot of commerce, in this. But then I'll put it to you straight. I'll ask you,
thank
as it is right now, are we truly practicing democracy in Nigeria?
All right. So the question you've raised is a very, very crucial question as to whether or not we are practicing democracy in Nigeria. But again, I'll answer in the affirmative. But my answer will be that yes, the framework that we have as a country is democratic because democracy is government by the people and for the people, right? So
Yeah,
having that framework, which allows for elections, voting, and the rest, that framework is quite okay. But we have to actually look into it to know whether, as a fact, we are carrying out its teachings. And so, for the mere fact that after every election cycle, the law courts are brought to bear with a view to determining who actually won the election because of rigging, that raises a serious question on the people's choice with regards to their elected representatives. We have seen time and time again how the will of the people has been subverted by some politicians, and it takes some level of judicial intervention for it to be restored. So these and many more are some of the issues that will make us to want to question if indeed we are practicing democracy in its true and full form.
Hmm. I mean, a whole lot, definitely on this. Thank you very much for that. But let's talk about elections. I mean, you talked about election there, and you had comment, on Jega. You had comment on Jonathan, our former president, talking about election. I mean, how we need to readdress, the issues of election in Nigeria. How we need to, make an independent body of election in Nigeria. Don't you question that also?
Okay, so at the foundation of every democratic endeavor is the ability of the people to select leaders of their choice. And also, therefore, over the time, we have had people call into question the independence of INEC. And so, but apart from just INEC, we have to understand that, free and fair elections take a lot. It involves a lot. It involves a lot of infrastructure.
That
Let me give an
involves a
example.
law that is not possible. That is not possible for us to achieve in Nigeria.
Oh, of course, it is possible for us to achieve, but with the rate of development, I would say that it might take some time.
I mean, you were trying to give an example. Please go ahead.
Okay, for example, um, we do know that we do know that much we have seen the cases whereby the primordial voters authorization system was a system that was able to automatically capture those who were accredited, and it was a balance and check against, to some extent, the issue of overvoting. Now, that was brought in by virtue of that technology. Now, we've seen cases whereby they go to places and they are attempting to use these devices, and there's some sort of technical malfunction due to like infrastructure issues. Now, so that's why very, very crucial needs to be considered.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Okay.
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I mean, okay, I'm still looking further. I mean, our president, President Bola Tinubu, on the resumption as the president of ECOWAS, made statements about democracy, and not just in Nigeria, but also in Africa. Let's listen to him also, and then we'll go to other issues. In regards to democracy in Nigeria, because when you said democracy, government. You said democracy, government by the people and for the people. And sometimes we ask the question: is the government for us? Is the government for you? That's a question we ask. But then let's listen to this. We'll come back.
We will not allow coup after coup. West Africa separation. We will take this up seriously with African Union and to the European Union and Britain and America. Take it up. It's a challenge. Yes, democracy is very tough to manage, but it's the best form of government. And we also ascribe to it. We must bite back. We can't sit like toothless bulldog and ECOWAS. For the confidence reposed in me, I pledge to you, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that I will do my best. I am just new. This is my first. I'm giving a surprise package. We will work collectively to pursue inclusive economic integration of West Africa sub-region. We should serve a warning to exploiters that our people have suffered enough. We should make a pledge here that in furtherance of our region's economic recovery and growth, we will commit to democracy and promote democracy and rule of law. I am with you. In Nigeria, we are back.
Barrister, I hope you heard the president there. I mean, talk extensively about democracy, not just in Nigeria, but in West Africa. Hello, Barrister, are you there? Hello, Barrister. Okay, I guess.
Hello, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I said, I hope you had the president right there. That talked extensively about democracy.
Yes, indeed, it was a moving speech that promised a lot. But beyond promises, we need to look forward to having government fulfill their end of the bargain. So it's a moving speech, but again, the indices are going to tell us if indeed the government is actually serious in its democratic strides.
You think government? I mean, he said it himself. He said the democracy is tough to manage.
It's tough.
It's tough to manage.
Of course, democracy is tough. It's indeed tough to manage because as a leader, you may have a vision, but you need to carry everybody along with your vision. The president cannot do everything. We have the Senate, we have the House of Reps. There might be policies or plans in the budget he has. It has to go through approval. There are differing interests that may be at loggerhead. So yes, again, indeed, and that's why when he was being elected, he said that nobody should pity for him. He knows the job he's about to do is a very tough one. So granted, it's a tough one. So therefore, I believe that he would, having ruled Lagos State for 8 years and been a politician for quite a while, he would have the intellectual capacity to be able to man the position that he has been so
The
elected
same
for.
person that said nobody should pity him, I mean, talk now. I mean, if you come out and talk now, the next thing you find DSS, in your doorstep and all. Is that what you call a democracy? I mean,
Well,
you're saying,
it,
I'm ready
it, it,
to fold my sleeve and get to work. But then, if someone comes out to correct you or to chastise you or probably to, checkmate you, and then the next thing is the executive or some of the people you find yourself, behind bars. Is that what you call democracy?
yes. Yeah, in such if such instances are occurring, as you have pointed out, indeed
Hello, barrister.
it goes against
You said if such situations are occurring or it occurs. Are you saying that it doesn't occur?
hello.
Are you saying that these incidents don't occur?
Well, yes, incidents like that occur, but again, you have to cite a specific instance where somebody spoke against President Tinubu and the person was arrested. I think I would like to work with the facts so that I can analyze each situation in the context of what happened.
Oh, okay. You've not heard about the journalist who, I mean, came on social media, said some things, and then before you know it, he was picked up.
Okay, I've heard about instances of one or two journalists.
Why are you saying they're not famous? Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. I mean, you were trying to just oppose the fact that, well, some people were not saying anything, and if that was a fact or not. But just I give you an example there. But please go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this: within a context-specific example, as you have cited, an individual saying something before DSS are coming and they're knocking and they're harassing the person. In that situation, that is a gross violation of democratic tenets, because the right to speak your mind freely is a very fundamental aspect of our democratic setting that must never be toyed with under any circumstance whatsoever. So in such situations, it is evidently wrong and should be condemned from the highest authorities to the least. It should not happen in like ours.
Should I invaded the Ikeja Electric?
Oh, yes. I heard about it. And we must all come out and condemn it in the very strongest terms possible.
That's why we come up. I mean, we put together this issue, these questions of democracy in Nigeria. Does it look like Nigerians don't have a say? Maybe let's listen again to the issues or the crisis that happened right there at Ikeja Electric.
We got here this morning at about 3 minutes to 8 while we're planning to go for another engagement where some of our media partners are even going with us for a commissioning somewhere. And the next thing, truckload of Sametna Air Force Base officials invaded these premises, beating, harassing, destroying. You will see the wanton destruction of what has happened in there. Harassment of our staff. You can individually, independently ask them their ordeal. I personally have gotten a fracture in trying to run for safety. And so that is what happened this morning. And one of the things they did when they got in was to target everybody's phones and blinded and destroyed all our cameras. And also went for our IT infrastructure so that we cannot reach out to the rest of the world. So we are using this opportunity to call on the rest of the world that the Nigerian Air Force, Sam Etnam Base, have done what is unbecoming of that institution. And we seek redress. Personally, we seek redress as individuals, and as an organization, we seek redress because this is just fair and unjust. We know the usual language. They will use connotation to say it's unknown. But I tell you, these people are known because there are footages that we have, even of passerbys who had the video clips of why the rage was on people were seeing what was happening and were held hostage. You understand? Beating our staff, harassing, you know. And when they also left here, because they were desperate that they want us to, under the gun, restore supply, they had to go to our business unit in Oshodi that covers their base, and they went to do the same thing